Hello, welcome back to another video in the shop, obviously. Just wanted to give a review on my thoughts on the Technsports paid for Patreon, £35 a month. I joined it and I just wanted to sort of talk about it and what I thought about it, and maybe it might give you some insight before you go and spend 35 quid, because £35 is a lot of money. And was it worth it? So I joined the group. There's a few things. Obviously, in the UK, the group is 90, 95, 97, 96% Americanized. It is an American group, and obviously he lives in America. So, oh, excuse me. A lot of the stuff does not relate to a UK reseller. You can follow a lot of the processes. You can do a lot of the eBay processes. But in regards to a lot of the brands, you will just never see here. I mean, it's okay to build your knowledge on American brands, but you just will not see the vast majority of the brands and stock and ways of sourcing stock and you know, the way they go to these yard sales, it just don't exist here. The brands don't exist. If you're trying to learn American brands, you're wasting your time, unless you're moving to America. There's a lot. I mean, he says there's a lot of videos. There is, you know, millions of hours worth of videos, and there is. You can go back and watch a video on most things. However, a lot of the content would be out of date. It's like going back to watch one of my videos a year ago or 2 years ago. Well, that information might not be correct now. So, although it's there, it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. The information might not be relevant in today's world, today's environment, or eBay's change stuff. So it's kind of like you wouldn't go back and watch, well, you could go back and watch the videos, but it could be pointless. So I found the group very difficult to the Facebook group itself was very difficult to navigate, and I've seen people ask for help in there, and they're just pointed back to the pinned post, which is confusing in itself. And it's always check the pinned post. Oh, can somebody tell me what the password? Check the pinned post. Can somebody do this and check the pinned post? All the information's in the post. I'm like, you know. So I found that a bit like, I found it difficult, and I'm okay on Facebook, and I found it a bit difficult to sort of get round, because there's a lot of live calls. There's live calls all the time, talking about different topics, subjects. There might be a topic on jeans. I don't sell jeans, so it's pointless for me. There might be a topic on shirts. There might be a video conference call on, there is a video conference call on media. Again, it's kind of held by Americans who I just found it very difficult to relate to. So again, like, it was just like, oh, I don't really. I found that there wasn't much information at all regarding trying to set up on Amazon as a new person. So that information didn't seem to be there, or couldn't find it maybe. There is a UK call held by James Bolfines, which is great. I found it, like, you know, it's just good to get onto a call with like-minded people. Would I pay £35 a month for that? No, I wouldn't. I think there's plenty of eBay resellers doing the same thing for free. A lot of the calls that Technsports will do, podcasts, which you can get a lot of information from, and just you know, just something to play when when it's on the background, is released for free. So you don't need to pay to get access to that information, because it is released on his YouTube channel. The other thing that kind of got me a little bit was he was the #1 seller of men's clothing, men's jeans, belts, NFL shirts, football shirts, socks, pants, you name it. He was the #1 seller of these items. So to get to the #1 seller in the men's clothing category, you have had to have had some amazing processes. There's no doubt about that. Turns out he's now retiring from eBay. So if he's no longer eBaying, then is he the person? Is he the fountain of knowledge going forwards on eBay's policies? And I know there's 1,500 people in that group, which, you know, when you work out 1,500 times £35 a month works out to be, you can see why it doesn't eBay, doesn't need to. So I thought this person is still going to be an eBayer along with everyone else in the group, and that wasn't the case. So again, and as long with the other guy who's what's his name, Chris, who's banned off eBay and is charging again people a Patreon for joining a group full of like-minded other resellers. And the questions, I mean, he will say that he answers every post in the Facebook group, which 9 times out of 10 is check the pin post is the answer. So fair enough, he does answer them, but it's just check the pin post. So for me as a UK eBay reseller, and I have spoken to other UK eBay resellers who are feeling the same thing, and they're just not getting the value for money from the group. And the other thing, it takes time to sit down and listen and watch this content. Your time could be better off spent doing eBay. Yeah, you could have it on in the background, but if you want to take part and properly listen and, you know, answer the questions and be part of the group and watch the video, it takes time, and time is precious. I don't have much time. I was finding that if I was doing a UK call and then I wanted to be on a social media call, that started at 7:30. It didn't finish till 11, half 10. It's 3 hours of my Thursday evening just gone. And obviously Aston Villa are in the European Conference League, and that fell on a Thursday, so, you know, I had to watch that. But, you know, it just wasn't for me. I paid the fee, I've seen what it's like, and I've quit. I've come out of the group. I've cancelled my subscription fee. But you know, I did take 2 pieces of information from it, and I think you can join and pay and get what you need to get, and as soon as you've done that, I think, you know, there's nothing stopping you from getting that information and then going. 2 pieces of information I got out of it was sell-through rate and a quote which was on a free podcast anyway. It was free, which said, if you are worried, something like this, if you're worried about the price that you are selling your items for, you are not very good at sourcing stock. Which basically also means that if you're good at sourcing stock, you shouldn't worry about the price that you get for stock, as long as you're making money on that stock. As an example, if somebody wanted a Stevie Wonder album at half price, absolutely carry on, take it. I've got that many Stevie Wonder albums in the shop and offered to me. You know, I know that it won't be long before I'll get another whole collection with another whole load of Stevie Wonder in, because the stock isn't an issue for me at times, and most of the time I've got more than enough. So if I'm getting offered money for something I can get in abundance, then take it, because the next collection is coming. So that's the 2 pieces of information, and that relates to eBay and in store as well. And I've always done deals in store, but it's just more so in the forefront of my mind about it. You know, if someone's offering you money for something you've got tons of, or you know that you can get a lot of, then take it, because that might not happen for a while. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Got nothing against the guy. I just think as a UK reseller, it's not for me, and it's only gonna be for, I mean, it is building a little small UK community on there, which is great. So if you're involved in that, then you know, it helps. But I think that the whole thing could be taken offline, and that community will still be there, and you're saving £35 a month. So yeah, not for me, but I've learned from it, and I've learned that what have I learned from it? I've just learned about sell-through rate. Yeah, a little bit more. So yeah, sell items at the right price that sell fast in 90 days. Yeah, that's the key takeaway. So thanks for watching. If you want to join it. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video.